Let us see the problem of isometric view. What is the question? In the question, front view is given. This one is the front view and this one is the top view. Top view is given and front view is given. Now we will see how to construct the box for isometric projection. We will see that this is O as the origin in the top view and O is the origin in the front view. Now I will show this O as the origin. From this point towards the left side the distance is 100 millimeter. Means from this center point to this point the distance is 25. Means from this O point to this point the distance is 25 plus 75, that is 100 millimeter distance is taken from O side towards the left. Then from O point towards the right, that is from this O point towards this direction, the distance is R25. R25 means this total distance is 50. And in the front view, from this point to this point the distance is 50, means the height is 50. Hence I have constructed the isometric right hand side view plane, then isometric front view plane and isometric top plane. Okay, let us see the problem. In the problem, what is given? In the problem, first of all we will see that from this O point they have given 15 millimeter distance in the upward direction. We will show in the figure. This will be the front view. I am trying to show the front view and the arrow direction. In the front view, what we have to draw? First of all, we will take this O point and this O point. The distance is 15 millimeter in the upward direction. I will show the 15 millimeter distance in the upward direction. This one. I will show the point 15 millimeter and from this point 15 millimeter. First of all, I will join the point with the help of faint lines. First of all, I will join the points with faint line. Then from this O point in this left side direction the distance is 25, means from this point the distance is 25 millimeter in this direction. I will try to show the point at a distance of 25 millimeter, this one or this one. I will draw the center line. This center line means this one at a distance O to 25 millimeter distance, from O to 25 millimeter distance. Now this distance is 50. The center is at 25. This distance is 50. The center is at 25. First of all, I will mark the center at a 25 millimeter distance. Okay, and then I will draw the center line. First of all, I will draw the center line. This distance is 25 from this point to this point. Then I will draw the another 25 millimeter distance here and here also. Then I will try to make a square. Okay. Now we will see from this O point up to this point the distance is 25, and from this point up to this point the distance is 75 millimeter, and this upward distance is 15 millimeter. This O point to upward direction distance is 15 millimeter. Now we will join this center point to this distance. With the help of dark line, I will draw the dark line. Here also I will draw the dark line. Then I will join this line. Then from this point, means from this point in the upward direction, the distance is 15 millimeter from this point to this point, because this point to this point the distance is 50 millimeter. This 50 millimeter minus 35 millimeter, then it is equal to 15 millimeter. Then in this direction I will take 15 millimeter distance. I will take 15 millimeter distance in this direction. And then I will draw the line. See here, from this point to this point, the distance is 10 plus 30 plus 10 means it is 50. Means from this point to this point to here, the distance is 50 millimeter. First of all, I will draw the distance of 50 millimeter. This one is 50 millimeters. Okay, then I have taken this straight line, means this line. Then from this point towards right side 10 millimeter. Then this distance is 30, and then again 10. First of all, I will draw faint line. Then after drawing the faint line, I will take the dimension as 10 here, then 10, 20, 30, and again 10. Then I will draw the line in this manner. and I will join the line. If you will observe in the top view, you will come to know that whatever I have drawn, it is correct. See in the top view, this one is the rib, this one is the rib, and this one is the rib. I will draw the center line here. The center line is at an angle of the center distance is at 25 millimeter. Here 25 and here 25. I will draw the center line. Radius is 15. Radius is 15. Hence I will draw the straight line from this center line in the upward direction, and the distance is 15 in upward direction and 15 in the downward direction. Now I will take the distance then I will take the 15 millimeter distance towards right and towards the left. I am trying to draw the faint lines first of all. I got the point number 1, point number 2, point number 3 and point number 4. I will join the diagonal. First of all, I will join the diagonal with the help of faint line. This one. Then I will join this first point with middle point. This one. So that I will get the center point C1. And I will join these lines also. Now I will take this C1 as the center and the radius in the compass, and I am trying to join the 2 points. This will be the point. Then I will take this point number 1 and radius in the compass, this one, and I will join these 2 points. Now shift this point number 1 in back side with this distance. This distance is how much? 35. This distance is 35. This distance is 35. I will transfer the point number 1. This is point number 1 dash, and I will take point 1 to this point radius. I will take the distance in the compass, this distance from this point to this point. I will take the distance in the compass and the portion is completed. Now from this point one inclined line or this 10 millimeter distance rib is in existence. Then from this point to this point the distance is 20, means from this point to here the distance is 20. I will mark the distance 20 from this point to this point. Transfer that point in the downward direction here. Then join this point and this point. Join this point. And in the top view, the distance is 10, hence I will take 10 millimeter distance here. I will take the 10 millimeter distance here and here. And with the help of drafter I will draw the parallel line. I have drawn this rib at the distance 20 and this distance is 10 millimeter. Now see, here 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. Here radius is 15, 15. This one is 10. Observe this portion. This portion is given in the top view. This portion and this portion. From the front, for the front view, see this one is this portion, and this portion means this one, and straight line, then semicircle, again straight line, and again inclined line. Now here the center line is given. The center line is given at a distance of from O to this point, O to this point, that is the 25. First of all we will draw the arc here, this semicircle. We will draw this semicircle here. How to draw the semicircle? We have already taken this 25 millimeter distance, this 25, this 25, this 25, from this point to this 25, then center point to this one, and 25, this point to this one, 25 millimeter distance. We will join the longest diagonal. We will draw the longest diagonal. Then again we will join this diagonal, and from this point we will join this point. Then I got this as the center C1. this C1 is different and this C1 is different. For just understanding purpose, I have marked this as a center C1, and I will join this center point towards this line and this center point towards this line, and I will take the distance in the compass. This is the center point and this one is the radius. I have drawn the arc. Now this is the center and this one is the radius. I have drawn this arc. Now this is the C1 as the center and I will mark the arc. Now I will shift this center point below 15 millimeter distance because this height is 15 millimeter. Hence I will transfer this point, center point 15 millimeter towards this side, and I will take the radius as this center point to this distance. First of all, I will transfer the center point at 15 millimeter distance. Here the center point will be there, and I will take the radius this center point to this point. Then I will take this center and I will mark the radius. And now we will draw this arc by transferring this C1 point 15 millimeter below. First of all, I will take the distance. This C1 point will be transferred 15 millimeter below. You can call it as C1 dash. Then I will take the same radius or distance in the compass and I will draw the arc. Partial arc is drawn so that I will join it. This one is the arc. Now we will see that phi is equal to 20, means radius is 10. From this center point I will take 10 millimeter distance here, 10 millimeter distance here, means to the right and left 10 millimeter, then towards right 10 and towards left 10. First of all, I will mark the distance. First of all, 10 millimeter distance towards left side and towards right side. Then again I will mark 10 millimeter left side, 10 millimeter right side, and then I will mark the points, this one, this one. Now this will be the point, this will be the second point, then this will be the third point, and this will be the fourth point. I will join this diagonal to this one, this point, that is diagonal, this line to this will be the diagonal. Then I will draw one line from this point to this point for drawing the circle. It is somewhat complicated. I will take this distance in the compass and I will mark the arc. Then I will take this distance in the compass and I will mark the arc. Then this as a center point and I will mark the arc here, and this as the center point I will mark the arc here. Now this as the center point I will draw the arc. Now the arc is completed. Actually this one is the arc which I have drawn. For this circle phi is 20, hence I have taken 10 mm here, 10 mm here, 10 mm here, 10 mm here. This arc, that is radius, is 25. From this point to this point distance is 25, from this point to this point. Now the problem is totally completed. Okay, thank you very much.